Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a full face of nothing new. So I've seen a few YouTubers do this. I think I've seen Paige Corn do this, Ali Glines maybe. I feel like I've seen a few YouTubers do this. I can't think of any like off the top of my head right now. But basically it's just a way to kind of use up what you already have, because I think I've talked about this before. I'm attempting to do a low-buy for the rest of the year, attempting being the operative word there, but I just want to use up some of the things, not use up, but use more of what I actually have as opposed to buying new things. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video because I think it's really important to use what you already have if you're going to spend the money on it, which especially for me sometimes is more of an investment than others. I think it's really important to use what you have. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to turn my mirror on. I'm sorry for how bright it's going to be. I'll turn it down just a smidge, but I enjoy having the light on me when I do it, when I do my makeup. So I'm going to start out with the NARS eyeshadow primer. This is the original bottle. I do have the new one that I ordered off of Ulta. It did come in the other day, along with some other products that I may or may not have purchased that were definitely splurge items a little bit, but we won't get into those because they're technically new, and so it's not, if I use those, it wouldn't be a full face of nothing new. So I'll talk about them on my Insta if you guys want to hear about them. But yeah, so I'm just going to apply that to my lids and blend that in. So how are you all doing? It is mid-July, which is absolutely insane. And I know, it's so weird because around this time is probably when I would start checking, the Salisbury website, the bookstore website, to see if textbooks have been put on there yet. And I would start thinking about, okay, I'm gonna have to start packing for school again soon. And oh crap, I'm running out of time. I need to go make plans with this person and that person, and so knowing that, I mean, yes, there's still people I need to hang out with who they are going back to school and I'm not, so I definitely need to spend time with them, but it's so weird knowing that I'm not going anywhere in a month and a half. I'm still gonna be here, which, don't get me wrong, is really nice, but at the same time it's weird. I'm so used to picking up and leaving at the end of August and going back to school, and so this is a weird feeling. I'm definitely going to be living here at least one more year, if not longer than that, probably longer than that, because I want to really take time to save up for a place for myself. But yeah, that's just kind of insane. It's really insane. Also, I don't know if I said this, but I just put the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in milk on my eyes. So today for palettes, we're going to be using the Tati Beauty palette, which I kind of just refound in my collection the other day. So I'm yeah, I need to use this. And the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, because this is part of my Project Pan for 2021, and I want to use it up a little bit more. So I need to actually hit pan on more than just the 2 shades that I've already hit pan on. I also need to desperately clean my brushes soon. I'm going to be using the Stone Cold Fox brush roll from ColourPop. And I have no idea what type of look I want to do today. Absolutely not. I probably should have planned this out. Normally, I've been trying to get better about planning out the looks I'm going to do for videos. And today was not that day. I think I'm going to start out with a little bit of the matte shade of Soothe, and hold up, I have the shade name list on the back. A little bit of Pukey, which is right here. I'm going to put the 2 of those in my crease and just kind of build that up to the depth I want, and that's how we're going to start out. And I'm taking this on the ColourPop E22. So yeah, going back to school, and obviously I'm not, but I have friends that are, so I'm definitely going to need to spend time with them soon. I know a few of my friends and I were talking about possibly going to the Renaissance Festival, or the Renaissance Fair, in August, so that'll be really, really fun. Job-wise, career-wise, I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, but I do currently work in, I work in a restaurant that's like right down the road from my house, technically walking distance. I'm a server 2 days a week and a line cook, kitchen staff, etc. for 4 to 5. And so I typically work 6 days a week, which is a little insane, and I'm definitely starting to feel a little burnt out, for sure. I know when I first got hired there, the schedule that my manager and I had come up with had me working in the kitchen 4 days a week, and then serving one of those same days, and then I picked up a server shift on a separate day, so I would have been working a total of 5 days a week, which is still a lot, but it's, I don't know, that 6th day has really been kicking my butt recently. So I'm definitely just starting to feel burnt out already, which is not shocking. I think I've said it in prior videos, the kitchen that I work in right now, we are severely understaffed, especially for now that things are opening back up post-COVID. Our clientele is growing again, which is great, but it means that everyone in the kitchen is kind of killing themselves to try and get orders out because we're so short-staffed compared to the customer base that we've been having. So it's been super stressful, and some days are better than others. Last night wasn't necessarily a great day. I do have to work later today, and then I have the next 2 days off, thank goodness. So for those of you that also work in restaurants, praise. You guys work really, really hard. I know the feeling, and just thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for, I feel like I should probably say this because I'm thanking people who work. Thank you to all of the essential workers, healthcare workers, nurses, everyone like that who worked overtime, working themselves to death during COVID. So thank you to everyone who did that. I know that was a lot, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And so thank you for everything that you did. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Story. I'm not going to pick it up because it's just going to be a pain in the butt, but it's the matte orange, and a little bit of Hunt, which is one of the brighter reds in the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to put that on the outer half of the crease. So I'm starting to definitely think about how I want to use my psychology major and combine it with my love of food and my hope to be a private chef, and I'm starting to get a plan in mind, which is kind of fun. And so now I need to actually start figuring out how I'm going to bring that into fruition. And so yeah, now that's kind of weighing heavily on my mind. It's a lot. The adult world is a scary, scary place, and I'm definitely adjusting to it. Some days are better than others in terms of adjustment periods, but again, I'm kind of just doing the best I can, and I don't know, it's a lot. Thankfully, I have my parents to support me, of course, and I have my beautiful, emotional support cat, as she's been doing more and more recently. Obviously, you guys have seen Maggie. I love her to death. She's doing great. She is, I believe she's upstairs right now, just chilling, hiding the day away. So now I'm going to take a fluffier brush. This is actually a highlighter brush. This is the F33. I'm just going to take that and blend the whole thing out. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Because I know I can run out of stuff to talk about sometimes. I feel like I come in here with okay, I'm going to talk about this, this, and this, and then I'm done talking about all that halfway through my makeup. I am still teching for marching band. We have our marching band camp coming up in August, so that'll be really fun. I took off work for the entire 2 weeks for that. Took off the kitchen job to be able to do that, because of course band camp is 9 to 5 every day for 2 weeks. So it'll be a nice break from the kitchen for sure, which means that when I do finally go back, that's going to be a fun one. Okay, I'm going to take the E25 and I'm going to go in with Poet, which is that like pinkish purpley vibe from the Tati Beauty palette, and the color Jax, which is like a dark maroon, red, brownish color from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner. I'm thinking I want to do an all matte look today. I'm vibing with it. But yeah, so marching band will be really fun. I have to start re-practicing again because I still have like my flag and my rifle and everything like that, but I'm severely out of practice, and if I'm supposed to be teaching and correcting students, then I should probably at least look like I know what I'm doing. Because even though I do, I don't necessarily want it to look like I don't. So that's something I have to start making time for again, is just going outside and practicing and meeting with my staff to write work and stuff like that. So that's going to be fun to try and add into the mix as well if I'm working. It's just, everything's becoming a lot. Like, I was really hoping that I was going to be able to get 2 videos up a week. I know I told you guys I might not be able to do that. Sorry, oh, my camera cut me off. Yeah, so like I was saying, I was hoping that eventually, like once I really settled in, I'd be able to start getting 2 videos up a week. But I just think with how much I'm working, I just don't think that's possible for me right now. I really desperately wish that it was. If I were to get 2 videos up a week, they wouldn't be as good of quality as I want them to be. So I think it's just better that I focus on doing the 1 video a week that I'm doing and try to make it the best that it can be. Because I'd rather put out quality over quantity, you know? So I'm just taking the E22, the first brush that we use, and I'm just kind of blending everything out that I just did. Yeah, life is insane. Oh, for those of you that didn't know, I am 22, so I can legally drink now. And if y'all have been here with me for a while, I didn't know if you guys were keeping up with how old I was. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the color Aura, which is the matte, like, creamish white color in the Tati Beauty palette, and that's just gonna go in the inner half of my lid, just to brighten everything up. But it's still matte, because like I said, I wanted to make this more of a matte look. And I'm just using my finger to apply that super gently, because I don't want it to be pow in your face. I just kind of want it to be a little brighter in that area. Yeah, I've hit the, I don't know what to talk about point of the video. I mean, I can go back to talking about food, because I'm very hungry right now. It's almost lunchtime. So, I'm trying to, like, especially with working 5 days a week and typically working evening shifts, I'm now trying to find time to be able to actually, like, cook, because of course I want to be a chef, so I want to get some cooking time in, like cooking my own meals, not just cooking in a restaurant. So I'm trying to figure out when I can do that for myself. Okay, I think the lid is done, so now I'm going to take the angled eyeliner brush. This is the E30. I think I'm going to go in with the combination of Poet and I think it's Jax is what it was. And I'm going to take that on the outer corner of the lower lash line. So yeah, that's been the fun part for me recently, is just trying to figure out when I can cook again. So I meal planned yesterday. I was supposed to go out to the grocery store today, but I ended up deciding not to because I came home with some extra food from the kitchen last night, which was really nice. But it kind of filled up our fridge, so I don't have room to make the food that I wanted to make. But, and of course I'm still really trying to eat healthy as much as I can, which the restaurant that I work at, that's kind of hard to do because it's like home-style comfort food cooking, which it's all really delicious, don't get me wrong, but it makes eating there kind of hard, like when I'm at work, because it's very hard to get healthy options there sometimes, especially with also because there's some things that I don't like I don't necessarily like tomato or cucumber, and those are the only 2 vegetables that we put in our side salad. So if I took both of those out, all I'd be left with is lettuce and dressing. So it's like, there's almost no point to that one. I'm taking the orange combination, so Story and, what did we say, Hunts, I think was the other one. And I'm just taking that and blending out the pink on the lower lash line with that and bringing that to about 3/4 of the way in on my lower lash line. But yeah, so the food's really good, but it's just not overly healthy. So I'm just trying to find time to make healthy meals for myself again. Because if I can find time to do that, then I can also start taking some of those healthy meals to work with me. I'm blending the lower lash line out with the ColourPop E28. It's like a dense packing brush, kind of. I'm telling you, man, this just balancing everything right now has been the biggest struggle since I've been home. That has been... Because then, of course, there's the other part of it that's like, you need to just take some time to yourself. Go, like, relax. Watch your favorite TV show. Read a book. I feel like I don't even have time for that because I'm trying to do a little bit of everything else. Insanity. Oh, for those of you that missed it, I have my motorcycle license now. That's really cool. My best friend, I don't know if I've talked about this in a video, but my best friend has a Harley Davidson. This is the Spark Plug famous Harley. And, you know, there was one day he took me on a ride and I really, really enjoyed myself and I was like, wow, I could do this. This would be fun. So he encouraged me to go and get my license and I did that. I passed the driver's test at the end of June and I got my license at the beginning of July. And now I'm starting to save up for a motorcycle. So that's fun. So yeah, that's really cool. And so everyone at work keeps asking me, because of course they all knew about it. And they're like, when are you going to come to work with a bike? When are you going to come to work with a bike? And I was like, someone's going to have to give me a hella bonus for me to come to work with a bike, because I'm slowly saving up. I finally figured out how I'm going to like balance my finances in terms of... because I get a direct deposit, but then I also make like my server tips and everything like that. So I finally figured out a really good way to balance my finances, which is making me feel really, really good, because it's a way that I can still obviously pay the bills and stuff that I have to pay, while also saving up for my motorcycle, a new computer, and all that stuff, while also still building my savings. So that's been really, really nice, and I'm very accomplished feeling for that. I mean, I'm gonna go in with this. I always forget where this comes from. This is the Queen Studio Dragon Liner. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a wing liner. I'm gonna do that off camera because it's gonna take me a second. And yeah, we'll jump back in to finish up the... I'll do liner and mascara and everything off camera. And then we'll jump back in to finish up the face makeup. Alrighty, so I am back. I decided to opt out of false lashes today. I'm kind of just not feeling the vibe. I'm feeling like a just warm, neutral vibe today, and so not overly dramatic, aka not lashes. So what I would do on a normal basis. So I just put on the wing liner, I used my CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara, I put a little bit of the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk on my waterline just to kind of brighten everything up. And I'm also feeling, again, because it's super duper hot and I'm not going for overly dramatic today, I don't think I'm going to put on any like facial moisturizer. I did that already. I'm not going to put on any foundation or tinted moisturizer. I'm just going to go straight into bronzer, blush, highlight. So I'm going to be using the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. And I'm going to be taking that on the ColourPop F28 brush. No, that's not the one I want. I lied. I'm going to be taking that on the F29. The F28 is my powder brush. So I'm just going to take that, swirly-do. Sorry, I know that's kind of a loud and obnoxious sound. I'm just going to go in. God, I love the smell of this bronzer. I'm sorry. I know not everybody likes it, but I really like the smell of it. I'm just going to take that all around the edge of my face. Really trying to buff it out as best I can. Because I want to look bronze, but I don't want to look orange. And this is a good shade of bronzer for me, thank goodness, but still I don't need to be overly bold and bronzed, you know? Just enough. Although I think I'm starting to lean more into the I'm looking too bronzed look. So I'm gonna have to take that F28 that I talked about a second ago and probably use that to blend my face out because we're getting a little heavy. You guys can't see it because of the lighting, I don't think. but we're looking a little heavy in bronzer, at least on this side. Although I feel like I kind of have to make it a little heavy on this side, just so that they even out together. I'm going to just take my powder brush and just try to buff everything out as nice as I can. There we go. Much better. So, for those of you that don't know, maybe I've talked about this in a video, I'm not sure. But I'm 95% sure that my cat is a little bit of a medium. Because every once in a while, she'll just look at like certain spots in the house and just start howling and talking at nothing. So I'm 95% sure that one or both of my older cats, the ones that died in the past 2 years, are still hanging around, and she's trying to communicate with them, because every once in a while, like around the time she starts doing that, I'll see like a shadow go by that I'm like, I don't know, it's weird. Oh my god, I had a paranormal experience the other day. Again, pretty sure it was probably one of the cats, but my friend was over, and he and I both saw like a pretty big shadow, like kind of fly across the ceiling. He thought it was a fly. I was like, that's not a fly. And then like it went across our ceiling to right above the TV. And at that moment we were playing music on the TV. We just had one of like the MTV like music stations on. And the music stopped. Like the entire TV and the music just like stopped and froze for a second. And he and I looked at each other and were like, oh no, 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 no. Like, who is screwing with us right now? Like, which one of the cats is it? It's like, who is screwing with us right now? We're like, not into that. I just used the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Feisty, and I used that on the F30. Hi! You came! Hello! Okay, and now I'm gonna take the Estate Baked Highlighter in Do Me. And that's what I'm gonna use for highlighter today. This is another one that's on my Project Pan, so I'm trying to use it. I'm trying to use a lot of Project Pan products today while I'm doing this, because I feel like I've been doing a pretty terrible job of using my Project Pan products. I've still been using stuff that like I don't use as much, but I'm doing a pretty terrible job of specifically using the ones I'm supposed to be panning. So we're trying to give ourselves some redemption today. So in the spirit of that is the rest of the face done. So I'm just kind of roll up my brush roll over here. I'm going to take the Lord & Berry, no, that's not the one. That's not what I'm project panning. I'm going to take the Mellow Cosmetics lip liner in Adria. And where's the other thingy? There it is. Oh, it's going to be down there. And the Bite Beauty lip pencil in Nonino. Sorry, the Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crayon in Nonino. And the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Gimme S'more, because I think those are the 3 lip products that I got on my Project Pan. And I'm going to just create a look with them. A lip look. And to be honest, I would probably use a Potassium Cosmetics gloss on top of them, because why the heck not? Oh, this went real purple real quick. Hold up, we need to, well, we gotta edit that a little bit. We're gonna put a little bit of the Jaclyn Cosmetics, like the one lipstick that failed. Her original lipsticks, the one that, it still works for me, but I'm gonna dab that on my lip to brownie nude the lip a little bit more. I'll hopefully help a little bit. And then, yeah, so the Gimme S'more. Okay, it's still leaning a little purple, but I don't hate it. So we're gonna go with it. So that is everything that I have for you guys today. Let me close that up. yeah, that is everything that I have for you guys today. I am probably going to be doing more of these looks, more of these types of videos in the future because, again, I think it's really important to showcase like what I still have. Anyway, like I was saying before the camera so rudely cut me off again, I think it's really important to show like what I have in my collection. If you guys want a full makeup collection, I can absolutely do that for you guys. But yeah, I just think it's super important to use up what I have, and I'm really trying to do a low buy, and I feel like it just kind of, it gives me a good chance to talk to you guys, and you can just do makeup along with me without it necessarily being a tutorial. It's just kind of like, here you go, she's doing makeup. This is how she does makeup on a normal day, you know? So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and again, like I said in the beginning, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everybody!